Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how you start working harder right after you hit rock bottom? But the moment things start going good, you slow down. You start doubting yourself, you procrastinate, you sabotage the opportunity that you pray for. Why? What if I told you you're not afraid of losing, you're afraid of winning? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SAUNAIE. This is quarter 4 of the motivational series where every episode is designed to help you finish this year with force, clarity, and discipline. Today, we're diving into something people rarely talk about, and that's the fear of success and why so many men pull back when their breakthrough is right in front of them. This episode is short, powerful, and might explain patterns in your life you've never truly understood until now. But with that being said, let's get into it. Let's discuss why we fear success and the real reason behind it. We talk about fear of failure, but psychology shows something deeper. According to the American Psychological Association, nearly 70% of people experience anxiety when facing major positive change, and especially for men. Success comes with hidden pressure. The first one would be success means responsibility. Success means people expect more from you. Now you have something to lose. You can't hide in potential anymore. Now you have to deliver. Does that sound like something that held you back? What about number 2? Success threatens your old identity. When you're used to being the underdog, the grinder, the one who struggles, winning feels unfamiliar. Humans don't fear the unknown. We fear the loss of what we've always known. And what about number 3? Success exposes you. You can't blame anyone else. You can't hide behind excuses. Now you're visible, accountable, and seen. For some people, that's terrifying. And for me personally, I've dealt with all 3 all throughout 2024. From the success exposing me to success threatening my old identity to me having to take that responsibility. And that's why I crafted today's show, because I understand, like, maybe it's not the fear of failure that's holding people back. It's the fear of success, a fear of becoming that person who you visualize, who you dream about all the time. But you're like, man, am I truly ready for that? And our brains work to where they want to keep us comfortable, want to keep us in that comfort zone, that we never take that time to expand and leave that comfort zone. There are people that do it. We all know about the 1%, the people that we look up to that inspire us. They do it. But what about the rest of us? Why are we being held back when we want greatness for ourselves? And these 3 are the real reasons why. Success means you have to take responsibility. It threatens your old identity and it exposes you. But that's a part of life. That's a part of growth. And some of the signs you're afraid of success, if you've ever done any of these, you're not lazy, you're not unmotivated, you're scared of the next level. And don't worry, we've all been there. That number 1 would be you slow down when things start working. You go hard at the beginning and then you disappear. Man, I've done it, so I know how it is. What about number 2? You start overthinking. You get trapped in planning and research mode. And that feels good for a short period of time because you're like, okay, I'm planning out everything. I'm researching everything. I want to make sure all my dots, my T's are crossed, my dots are I's are dotted, whatever the saying is. You're overthinking it. But I've been there where I'm like, okay, let me make sure I plan everything out to a T. Let me make sure I'm doing all the research so I know this is the right move to make. But sometimes you just have to go and take that leap of faith instead of holding yourself back and overthinking about the process. Because what I've learned over time is success loves speed. So whatever idea you have, execute it right there. Don't take a week to execute it, a month or 2 months or 3 months down the line to execute it. Execute it in that moment. So you're already 2, 3 steps ahead of everybody else who's still in research mode. And what about number 3? You procrastinate big opportunities. You keep saying, I'm not ready yet. Has that ever happened to you? I know it happened to me several times because it's a part of life. But it's understanding you can't procrastinate when it comes to those big opportunities because those opportunities don't last forever. They're a glimpse in your life. So it's like executing right then and there on the opportunity at hand. And what about number 4? You wait until the last minute. You perform well in emergencies because chaos is your comfort zone. Does that sound familiar? And I bet you're wondering why success pressure breaks men more than failure. There's a statistic from the National Alliance of Mental Illness. Men report higher anxiety when they feel increased expectations from their environment. Why? Because success requires emotional maturity, consistent discipline, letting go of old habits, elevating your circle, cutting those distractions, and showing up every day, even when nobody's clapping for you. Success forces you to become a new version of yourself. And to be honest, that's the real battle. And now I bet you're wondering, how can we overcome the fear of success? Well, that's why we're all here. And I came up with some simple steps. These aren't those motivational quotes that you hear every day. These are steps you can apply to yourself today, this minute, this hour, whatever it may be. And number 1 would be clarify the price of the life you want. Every dream has a cost. Write down exactly what yours requires. When the price is clear, the fear becomes manageable. And for myself, I'll just run down my list of what my dreams cost. It'll be late nights, early mornings, not hitting the snooze button, being disciplined, talking to everyone. I already talked to everybody now, but it's really talking to them and understanding how can we help each other. Number 4 will be tracking my goals and targets. And the last one is holding myself accountable. And that's what it really truly comes down to, writing out the list of what is your dream going to cost you? Because I feel like we all have a dream, but we don't know what's going to cost. What are you going to have to sacrifice to get that dream? And number 2 would be build success tolerance with small wins. Set tiny goals that you can achieve daily. When you get used to winning, you stop running from it. My tiny goal that I set on a daily basis is record every day. Record every day, do something for the podcast every day. And that main win for me is recording every day, recording episodes, getting those small wins daily. Yours may be, if you're into fitness, going to the gym every day, getting a workout in, getting at least an hour workout in every day, whether you're at the gym, you're running, walking, whatever it may be, getting that small win every day. And number 3 is create an identity that matches your future. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, say, I'm the type of man who follows through. Identity creates behavior. And number 4 would be track your momentum. Every day of consistency is a vote for your future, for the future that you want. Track it, review it weekly. Momentum removes doubt. And it's understanding that. And number 5 would be give yourself permission to outgrow people. I know you're thinking like, man, I got to outgrow the people that I love and care about that I grew up with. Yeah, because sometimes we go in different directions in life. There's a poem by Robert Frost, I believe it's called The Road Less Traveled. And a lot of people be traveling on the road of mediocrity, the road of 9 to 5. Now, there's nothing wrong with 9 to 5, trust me. We all grew up off of it, but maybe you're more of an entrepreneur-based person to where you're going to have to separate yourself from the pack. And this one's tough. I know. We all go through it, but some people won't like your success. Some want you predictable, small, or struggling. Outgrowing people isn't betrayal. Staying the same is. And just understanding that, like, you're going to have to outgrow your peers. You're going to have to outgrow some of your family members. And it's okay because We are put on this earth for a reason. And what is your reason? What is your purpose? What is your passion? What is your vision for your life? If you don't like where your life is at right now, write out your vision. Where do you want to be this time next year? What does your 2026 look like? And with that being said, I'm going to let this sink in with y'all. You're not afraid of losing. You survived loss. You lived through loss. You know how to rebuild. You're afraid of who you might be if you stop running from your greatness. But listen, this is quarter 4 of the final stretch of the year. This is where most people give up. This is what I like to call separation season, because towards the latter of the year, from October through December, like quarter 4, whatever you want to call it, a lot of people give up. A lot of people get ready for 2026 to where they're like, yo, these last 3 months don't matter. But it comes down to you understanding what's going to separate you from the pack. What's going to separate you from the people who's already successful in your industry? What's going to separate you from the next person? What's going to separate you from your old self? Are you trying to stay who you are? Or are you trying to become somebody new? It's separation season, and that all comes down to how you separate yourself. Well, with that being said, man, I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. This episode resonated with me personally, and I know it resonated with some of you out there, or even all of you out there. And if you feel like this episode helped you out, share with somebody. Share with a friend, a loved one, a coworker, your pets, anybody who you think this can help, as well as who's fascinated by personal development podcasts, mental health, and things when it comes to advancing your life, becoming a better version of yourself. But next week's episode, we're going to be breaking down emotional discipline, mastering your reactions in high pressure moments. If fear of success attacks your identity, emotional discipline is what protects it. Trust me, you don't want to miss this episode. But with that being said, share this with somebody, leave a review, follow us on all social media platforms. If you listen to this on Spotify, there's a follow button that you can hit, and we drop episodes every Monday. With that being said, man, enjoy your week. It's Thanksgiving week. Happy holidays. I'll be back again with y'all next Monday with that episode of the emotional discipline. But with that being said, always remember, the next level isn't waiting on luck. It's waiting on you.